Hey everybody, it's Commander Clyde. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday today. Just thought I'd take a quick look at the new update that's going to be out in a couple of days. So it's going to be out this Tuesday, September 17th. Odyssey, Underworld, update notes, and we'll get right to it. Usual, here are skins. Pirate, crazy. The pirate queens. I don't know what the deal with this thing is. Somebody had this idea. But it's like, we've already got so many pirate skins. There's already a Neath pirate skin. I think this might just be a recolor of the one that's already out. So, Buccaneath, right? I think this is a recolor. This is actually just a recolor. Here's the initial skin. Here's the recolor. I hate it when they do recolors of other skins. That really bugs me. It's like, just give us the skin. No one wants to buy the same skin twice. That's so dumb. Wait, there's a convention skin for King Arthur. Nemean Lion Hercules. Lore-based skin there. Although the Nemean lion hide was not the entire head. Don't think that's how he wore that. But anyway. There it is. Splice Jormungandr. Galaxy Shaper Nox. This one looks pretty cool actually. All this nebular gas stuff for her effects. Afro Skin. There's not much to say about that one. Death Dragon Anubis. It's a dragon. That's cool, I guess. Thanatos. The meme itself has been born as a skin. Had the avatar for some time. And now, here's the full thing. They could have done a little more with his voice. It's actually just the same voice lines, but they pitched them up higher.
The souls here are restless. I will calm them.
So, there you go. And new Odin Skin. It's kind of like the Deathbringer Arthur thing. Chibi Medusa. Crime Boss Kuzenbo. This is probably actually the best skin because everyone wanted this. Cool concept. So that should be fun. There's the tier 5 for Baron. That looks interesting to me. They got this alien motif going. It'd be interesting to see how they execute it. I didn't actually watch the update show, so I don't know. But I think it'll be pretty nice. It may not be as good as other tier 5s we've had. We'll have to see how they did the animations and everything. See if we can say that. And there's the Persephone Masteries. I don't care about the release schedule. See, Crime Boss Kuzenbo actually does not come out until October 8th. The main patch comes out on the 17th of September. So 2 days, people. Don't forget. Watch this video. Make sure you're ready. Loot pack. Don't care. This is points for the thing. Do I even want to read this? I guess we'll read it. The Odyssey returns this year, focusing on the story of Persephone and her attempt to destabilize the rule that gods hold over the world. Earn points to reach the final reward. Stellar Demise Tier 5 Baron Skin. Tier 5 playable on day 1. For the first time ever, this Tier 5 skin is playable on launch day. You can pre-order the entire Odyssey for a one-time purchase to unlock and play. Oh, screw you guys. No, I'm not reading that now. But usual, purchase Odyssey items or complete Odyssey quests to earn Odyssey points and unlock reward items. Every level includes an Odyssey chest and certain levels include additional rewards. Odyssey items are discounted during the first week that each item is released. All Odyssey items individually purchasable skins or other cosmetics that release over time throughout the event. Each purchase rewards 5 Odyssey points. Complete Odyssey quests to earn progress toward 3 rewards. 2 quests released per week. 30 quests in total. Earn quest reward each. Bleh. Each quest reward is 1 Odyssey point. Quests must be done in order. There is no limit to the speed in which quests can be completed. What is with me today? Anyway, a bunch of bugs. Fix a soft lock that would sometimes occur at the commendation screen. Fixed an arena tutorial soft lock if you try to enter the base through the portal. Fixed players that are invited to a party will show their avatar instead of the pending circle in the top right party menu. Fixed when selecting a party member, you often see invite to party instead of party functions. Fixed an issue where console gamepad sensitivity would change when using long range abilities. Wait, who uses the gamepad? Wait, is that a PS4 thing? I don't remember. Fixed an issue where a warning pop-up would appear upon death on console. Arachne. General fixed Itsy-Bitsy Chibi skin from T-posing during Nausea Ultimate. Ardio Spirit Guide skin. Fox form has had modeling, rigging, and animation adjustments made to fix its John hind legs and many animations. Fixed an issue where the tail and ears weren't animating as intended. Chernobog into Darkness fixed an issue where if Chernobog dashes into a wall by being chased by Persephone's plant, the overhead icon remains. Taji Paolo, or however, I don't speak Chinese. I can't attempt to pronounce that correctly. Fix if you take a running start and jump at Daji's pillar, then you can jump straight through it. Hera, Argus the Defender, fixed Pyromancer from pushing Argus out of aggro range, causing the fight to constantly reset. Horus, fixed auto level turning off when firing phase 2 of updraft right as leveling up happens. Fracture, fixed an issue where if Horus dashes. As Persephone vines are reaching towards him, he can finish his dash but still be rooted and silenced. That's interesting. So are the vines in a different location than he actually is when that happens? What? To the skies. Fix Pridwin stacking with Horus Ultimate Shield. Freya Aurora Blade fixed a condition where the ranged attack wouldn't pass through Persephone's ult. Fixed an issue where if canceling ability while landing from her ultimate can cause her basic attacks to break. Khepri Scarab's Blessing fixed where if Khepri is time dilated and uses ultimate on a teammate as they die, they get stuck in Khepri for a short time after revival. I'm not entirely positive what they're trying to say. Is that... Wait, okay, no, that's an issue when he does it during Olorun's ultimate? Because that's the only ability that has a time dilation. Okay, weird. King Arthur General fixed a condition where he could escape Persephone's grasp of death. Winds of Change. Kukulkan, Winds of Change, fixed FX on the FX, I don't care. I care about gameplay bugs, not cosmetic bugs. Persephone Pomegranate Seeds fixed an issue where she shouldn't be able to activate Purification Beads while rising from her passive. Poseidon General fixed Missing Water when entering a match for default and the Earthshaker skin. Okay. Morgan Changeling fixed an issue where she can use a relic just as she's coming out of her ultimate and it won't go on cooldown. Fixed an issue where if she dies while using Neath ultimate, players retain a red and blue glow. Fixed cooldowns not resetting when she transforms into King Arthur. Terra Crushing Earth. So many bugs. Fixed an issue where this ability would not go on cooldown properly if used inside a jungle boss or titan. Fixed an issue where this ability was blocking more than intended when placed inside a tower or phoenix. Tower. Yes. This says tower. Thor. Anvil of Dawn. Fixed an issue where this ultimate always costs 120 mana rather than the intended 80, scaling up to 120. Project Olympus, login screen. Added a keep me logged in option at login screen so players don't need to type in their name and password on each login. This resets every 30 days. Well, if you have Steam, you don't have to do that anyway, so... Or rather, if you have SMITE on Steam. A new streamer mode setting. Added streamer mode feature with the following options. Disabled, does nothing. What? Wait. Huh? What is that? Does nothing. Oh, that's streamer mode. That disables streamer mode. I'm an idiot, apparently. Why did they say it does nothing? You word this better. Just say disable streamer mode. Turn streamer mode off. That actually is going to mislead people. And it did me anyway. Maybe I'm just a moron. Hide others. You will not be able to see other players' usernames in any way. Hide self. Other players will not be able to see your username in any way. Hide both. I mean, if you're getting, like, I don't know what the point of that is. Whatever. Escape start menu, added redeem code button here for easier location. Selecting the gear icon in the bottom right now takes you to this screen instead of directly to settings. Settings screen updated this menu to have new UI and art. UI art and layout includes a feature where PC players can continue to use drop-down menus by clicking any setting. Fixed issues where settings didn't properly save across platforms. Fixed issues where settings would be reset on new patches. This happened to me several times, and I was very annoyed by that. So thanks. What's new screen? A new welcome screen has been added that will show gameplay changes, events, and content that's new in the game from the most recent update. This includes a link to the most current patch notes. Which, it's very sad that this is a necessary thing, but people are dumb. Yeah, people aren't dumb. They just don't pay attention. They don't realize the game has balance. They don't keep up with it. They're just there to play the game, and they never know till things change, and they're like, what the heck is this? And it's like, all you gotta do is read. Now you don't have an excuse for not knowing what things do. Because it'll be right in your face. New player experience, new loading art for the tutorial, updated new account creation UI, fixed flickering screen issues that occurred the very first time a player logs into SMITE. Okay, weird. Game modes. Corrupted Arena is back. For the Odyssey, map changes, artistic changes to the map, which are now themed around Persephone, added new death pit areas near the center columns, added a new walking path behind the jungle camp walls. Small and medium rocks no longer fall onto the battleground. Large falling rock has had its size and shape adjusted. Bonus round, 5v5 deathmatch. We all remember this. Players can now access the item shop during the transition into the bonus round. So you can mess with your build and get your Magi's cloak and all that to avoid getting pushed into the death zone. New relic whirlwind, only available in this mode. This relic charges up, then fires a single target range projectile that will pass through targets, knocking back every target it hits. This relic replaces Sundering Spear, therefore Sundering Spear cannot be purchased in this mode. Upgrading Cool Wind to it will apply a debuff to any target hit that takes 20% more damage from all sources, if they don't die from falling into a pit, which would be your main objective. Jormungandr banned because he can't be displaced. Morgan banned because it causes problems if she transforms into another god when the bonus round is starting. Also, it would be kind of unfair to have more than one god with crowd control effects just for that bonus round. You just see Morgan spam. Okay, big stuff, item balance. Heartseeker, there's been a lot of discussion about the impact the jungle role has on the Conquest game. We believe that junglers are an impactful class at all skill levels, even if the current SPL meta doesn't highlight that. An important feature of MOBA design is shared resource management. Only so much golden XP exists on the map, and it has to be tactically split between each team. This results in certain roles becoming less spiked in the early game and other classes that have to take more of a invest for late game approach. We believe that all classes should have a set of items that allow them to work in either direction. Junglers tend to only succeed when they gain an early advantage, so we are reworking an old item to be stronger a stronger late game option. 2,900 gold, worthy starting point when we get to the passive. 75 power, 10 penetration, 200 mana, 20 MP5, new passive. Your abilities deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as physical damage. If you have over 200 physical power, your ability bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 6% health damage at 400 physical power, which you probably will not reach in the course of most Conquest games, unless they go extremely late. At most, you're getting maybe 4.5%, possibly 5%. Works similarly to Soul Reaver. This effect can trigger one time per ability per god. It does not, however, have Soul Reaver's decreased damage to subsequent triggers. Magi's Cloak. This item has new visual effects. Cool. That's it. Heartseeker. Okay, that's the only item balance. This is not a balance. I don't know what. Okay, God balance. Amusin Cobb has continued his reign on the current meta, boasting strong clear burst and late game scaling. His passive bees and their item interactions combined with Stinger's heavy burst make him flexible and difficult to shut down. Bees will no longer trigger items, lowering AMC's ability to flex into extra clear and harass potential with little cost. Stinger is seeing a base in seeing a base and scaling damage reduction, making ganking the bee or boxing him less risky. Bees, this ability no longer triggers any item effects. Stinger, decreased base damage from 275 to 595 to 255 to 575. So there that is. Decreased physical power scaling from 110 to 100%. I mean, he wasn't that hard to gank because his only peel is his movement speed, really. Otherwise, he's highly gankable as it is. I've just still felt AMC's too unsafe of a pick in the current meta. He used to be a good pick to go because the meta was not as well equipped to deal with him because there were not as many gods with the mobility and ganking potential as there are now. Now it's very difficult for him to survive, in my opinion anyway. Because he cannot peel for himself at all. He doesn't have a way to jump or dash away from you. He's incredibly vulnerable. This makes him more so vulnerable. Amaterasu, this sun goddess, has been only shimmer lately. You guys try so hard to be cute. Although she has shined as a support on occasion, this goddess struggles heavily in the solo lane. Her primary damaging ability requires a lot of investment to deal full damage, so we are increasing the effects it can have. Amaterasu's dash also presents some control issues to many players. To make this ability feel as smooth as possible, we are having an incredible time reading today. We are removing the brief self-root it applies. This should help make Amaterasu hits her intended target or escape path more often. Heavenly Reflection, increased base damage from 50 to 210 to 70 to 210. Increased full charge from 100 to 420 to 140 to 420. This is already a pretty good damaging ability, but they're not buffing the top end much, which is good. The early game is where she would need that added damage more. After about rank 3 on this ability, it really doesn't matter because her clear is really good with that. Glorious Charge. This ability no longer roots Amaterasu during his pre-fire time. Which helps being more offensive. The fact that they mention that she's been a good support on occasion, this makes sense because she can use her aggression better. Since she won't be rooted, she can just instantly go for that silence. And then into the ult, carries come in, target's dead. And there you go. Erlang Shin continues to dominate the game with his strong flex potential and early game aggression. This transforming god simply seems to excel in too many different aspects, so this nerf is being applied to restrict his potential. Erlang Shin will no longer have access to the incredibly powerful haste effect. He will need to choose his mink form primarily as his damage option, as his turtle form is seeing a large reduction in its base damage, focusing it more toward its escape or setup nature. 72 transformation removed haste from mink. Turtle base damage decreased from 75 to 275 to 65 to 235. It really needs that top end nerf, in my opinion. You know, of course you have to scale back everything to get that top end nerf dialed in exactly where you want it. So that's a good spot. So with Erlang, we've seen obviously high pick rate, his ability to very quickly dominate a mid laner or another jungler is really not great. Moves a variety from the game because people start just playing Erlang Shin all the time because they just want that easy domination. And whenever you see a god that is picked just because he has that ability to just be better than everything else, that's a bad spot for that to be in, and then you get the swift nerf on that. Fafnir. It's time to get greedy again. Although Fafnir makes appearances at the SBL level from time to time, he is rather unsuccessful in most applications. Fafnir's passive is being buffed to ensure he feels the power from his early game gold hoarding. We are also adding a large mana heal to his ultimate. In order to get the most out of his dragon form, Fafnir must fire many abilities after transforming. Now he will have better capacity to do this. Endless Greed, increased maximum bonus protection from 20 to 25. And they got some they changed it before. Couldn't find any particular reason why it was adjusted to 20. Whatever. So they're just correcting a little bit of a mix-up they had when they initially nerfed him. Anyway, this god that we can't say because YouTube doesn't like it. The mid-season changes have simply pushed ISIS too far. I just said it. Maybe I slurred that word enough. Yikes. Up in the performance metrics, this goddess is performing extremely highly at all skill levels and in all game modes. We are reverting part of the buffs to dispel magic and nerfing the total health shield to attempt to remedy this situation without pushing her back to obscurity. Dispel magic, decrease shield health from 90 to 250 to 70 to 210, decrease slow from 30% to 20%. I'm hoping my diction made this difficult to understand for the algorithms. Anyway, Odorun's performance has been quite middle of the pack. We are quite happy that new gods aren't immediately placed in the OP category. Thank God we've stopped doing that. We have seen this god continue to struggle after his launch, especially due to mage ADC item nerfs. He's not a mage ADC god. I hate this. People need to quit playing him like that. We are bringing up two of Olorun's key damage output features to help this early game especially. Now, okay, you've seen alternative gods as mage ADCs, but he's being called a mage ADC, which he's not. This is like playing Zhang Kui in the ADC role. He's not a mage ADC, but you can play him there for reasons, you know. But it's like I've said before, his passive is geared toward you building more extra power so you get more crit hits, and that should be the priority, not getting attack speed. So you go Book of Thoth and a bunch of ridiculous stuff and he just makes you disappear. That's how he functions, in my opinion, at least. But anyway, General increased his base power from 35 to 40. That's going to be on... Did they mean to say in-hand power? Didn't say that because that should be on his autos, I think. Overflowing Divinity increased base damage from 35 to 95 to 40 to 100. This is making him play more like an ADC. Okay. Anyway, Persephone. Persephone's power level is still being hotly debated in the community. Our stats show her closer to the bottom end of the gods rather than the top end. It's because she's difficult to play and kind of easy to kill in certain ways. She doesn't feel like a very safe character despite having a dash and a root with an AoE root effect on it. I don't know. It's weird. I think she's just difficult to play. We know she has a steep learning curve and excels at certain stages of the game, so we won't be rushing to buff her. In this patch, we focus on a series of bug fixes and quality of life adjustments instead. Once players have a more clear experience with Persephone, we can look more into her balance metrics. We fixed an issue where she was not properly leveling up while using auto skill. Fixed an issue where death animation displaying a skeleton at a time it wasn't intended. Fixed Hades' name not capitalized in Persephone's lore. Oops. Pomegranate seeds added a more clear description to this ability specifying how it could be cancelled. Fixed issues where Kali, Scylla, Achilles, and Thanatos were not properly getting their rewards for killing a god if this passive was used. All of those gods should now get those bonuses upon killing Persephone before she has the option to continue fighting with her passive. Persephone will now retain her health bar when entering this state so players can more easily keep track of her. Harvest adjusted the plant's materials to make distinguishing friendly and enemy harvest plants more clear. Grasp of Death fixed an issue where enemies would sometimes not be affected by the bind CC even when hit by it. Fixed an issue where Fafnir Dragon Breath could not break the entrapping cage. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, returns in this update. Sun Wukong excels at poking enemies and being evasive, but he has lacked the power to compete in today's solo lane meta. His passive kind of conflicts with his ultimate, causing him to lose his own buff. This will no longer be the case. Sun Wukong will now be encouraged to dive back into the fight after ulting, where he will be able to continue enjoying the benefits of his passive as well as increased damage on Master's Will. Undefeated Body. This effect now persists for 10 seconds after gaining health above the threshold. Master's Will increase base damage from 90 to 290 to 90 to 310. Get more of that top end increase so he has a little bit more damage late game. Sylvanas. Sylvanas' ability to heal his team and to pull an enemy has pushed him towards very long cooldowns. This god has continued to struggle as we are decreasing the cooldowns of both these god-defining effects. Sylvanas should have a more clear impact on the match after these changes. Decreased cooldown from 18 seconds to 16 seconds. Nature's Grasp decreased cooldown from 20 to 16 seconds down to 18 to 14 seconds. So we got these highly effective abilities up just a little more often because he was slipping in the meta a little bit. Should be good. Morgan, I won't go through all this, but decreased cooldown from 160 to 80 seconds down to 140 to 80 seconds. Wait, yeah. Like I said, a little more useful early. If you want, because that's a long cooldown, they just felt like we probably need to shorten this a little bit early because it's kind of unfair. There. Simple change. Zhang Kui has roads to power in the current meta. This god accumulates a ton of protections while also dealing high damage and is extremely difficult to deal with. Once he has a gold or XP lead, we are making his passive hard to stack to prevent him from coming online as quickly as he can right now. Demon Bag. Increase max souls from 40 to 60. Decrease magical and physical protections per stack from 0.8 to 0.5. Protections. Maximum protections decrease from 32 to 30. Expose Evil. Increase cooldown from 10 seconds to 12 seconds. Which is a fair change. This is a really good poke ability that extends the life of item effects quite a bit also. So increasing the cooldown a little bit. A fair change. Makes them a little bit easier to play around. Alright, and with that, everybody, we are done with the Underworld update notes. Thanks everybody for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. Leave a comment down below if you'd like. Tell me about the new changes. Tell me what you think. Back is fun. It's always nice to get other perspectives about how people feel with updates like this. As always, check the helpful links down in the description, and I will see you guys later for some more Smite. Have a good one.